Hello, I'm Phil Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and the reason I call myself that is because I believe in the combination of the skills and talent along with the right mental fortitude in order to achieve your creative ambitions. And in this episode, I want to give you a challenge, right? Something to do that nudges you to be a better creative, to have more mental fortitude and whatnot, right? To help you achieve your ultimate creative ambition. Now, before I get into it, I want to take the opportunity to invite you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That way you will get all the various episodes, tips, tricks, and so forth that I put out right when I put them out. Thank you if you just did, and I also appreciate you if you already were. It means a lot. So let's get into this. What I want you to do, and I'm going to explain what this is to start a serendipity journal. Okay? What do I mean by this? Let's kind of really backtrack and then kind of work back to it. So, in the past, I have talked about this idea that you can increase the surface area of which luck sticks to you. And what's interesting to me is I edit, my day job is editing podcasts, and one of the podcasts that I edit is the Goop podcast. And very recently, an episode that I edited had a guest named Christian Bush on it. And the title of that episode, if you want to check it out, is Can We Create Our Own Good Luck? And so it echoed an episode that I've done prior, but in a new way, and in a way that was scientific, because he's done research about this. And one of the things I appreciate about him is it's not really it's rather than looking at just like good luck, bad luck, it's about serendipity. And what do I mean by this? So there was an experiment that was done where they essentially put $5 on the ground, and then a person was going to go walk along that path to a coffee shop that had only one seat, and they were going to meet with somebody for a job interview. Okay. Now, the way it was going to work out was there was going to be only one seat, and it was going to be next to this very successful guy that was going to engage with them, say hi. And they wanted to see how people reacted. Now, what they found was people who had a more positive outlook on life ended up seeing the $5, and they got $5. Then they sat in the chair. They got a text that said, the interview was running 15 minutes late. The, successful person engaged with the conversation with them, got them talking, and was able to offer them opportunity based on their conversation. Now, people who had a pessimistic overall viewpoint of life missed the $5, didn't engage with the person next to them, and missed out on all those opportunities. So in that sense, what it really comes down to is, we're not always going to have the same luck in terms of what's presented to us. But we have to shift our mentality to see the opportunities that are there in front of you. A lot of times, like in terms of movies, the behind-the-scenes features that I see talked about, people will say, well, how did you manage that? That seems like such a cool thing. It's like they don't know how to explain it. It's just like, oh, it just kind of happened. Like it was, good fortune, whatever. But it's because they put themselves in the headspace to see those opportunities. And so part of how you get here is having a serendipity journal. So here's how it goes, right? Journal in your day all the sort of good things that are happening that seem random. Okay? In some sense, it's different than a gratitude journal because you're not writing down things you're grateful for, but you're writing down things that kind of just seemed random and spontaneous, and don't judge them, but just write them down. And then you'll start to see like there's so many cool things that are happening all around you. Like by doing this, it's essentially what it's doing is making you a lot more present with your thoughts. And so the more you do this, on a daily basis, right? Having a serendipity journal, the more you will then start to see those opportunities around you to do stuff. For me, even like before, like I had this notion, before like I was really considering this, like from that standpoint, I did always try to see opportunities, and like I was conscious of it in that mental state. Now this like takes it to a whole new level. But the story for me that I can look back to very recently was my friend Courtney Stewart. She sent this kind of venting text, and for lack of a better term, is like a speculative thing, like in the sense of like it wasn't just her ranting about her day. It was like, what if this were like a thing, and this is like, and it just seemed like a far left field solution that seems unrealistic, but when I saw it, okay, like fine, it might not be possible in terms of reality, but it's a funny idea that could be a fun movie, and kind of explore that notion in that way. And so I saw the opportunity there, and then I called her about it, and now we're sort of pursuing that idea and turning it into a film. So from a creative standpoint, we can see more, like it's almost like we're able to see what the muse is offering us and really act upon it. But and what this does is it opens up our minds to those possibilities rather than shut us off. So, being joyful in life or being negative in life is a choice. Now, that's overstating, because I understand there's hard things that kind of go into it, but at its core, it is a choice. And so a serendipity journal helps to get rid of, let's call it the programming, the hardwiring that might push you towards the negative, as opposed to seeing the joys of life. And again, it's different than a gratitude journal, although I would encourage you to also do a gratitude journal, but see the good random things happening in life. That's what a serendipity journal is, and it'll open up to these things. And what's cool is like once you start doing that, and you can also, like if you study then in tandem, do this and study like Joe Dispenza, who he talks like in his book, like Being Supernatural and so forth, the idea of then setting an intention, right? Once you start to see all the good things happen in your life, and if you can also then set an intention to it, to your day, like, oh my God, you'll start to be amazed at what's truly possible in your life and that you can orchestrate, and again, it's happenstance, but as I mentioned through the original research thing that they found, happenstance, like we're at, like even if presented with the same opportunities, not every one of us takes those opportunities. So in that sense, the idea is like, again, you might have different opportunities in your life. I'll have different opportunities in my life, but what we both need to see the opportunities that are there for us. That's the real exercise. That's what a serendipity journal gets you to do, essentially. So that's why I'm encouraging it for you. Please give it a try. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions, by all means ask, but I would love to hear about your experience with this and how it has helped you. So get to your serendipity journal. Write down all the things every day that just are happening, that you notice and observe in terms of, wow, that was cool. There's not really a right or wrong way to do it. It's just about jotting down the stuff that just seems random but is really cool in your life. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. If you think this episode will benefit someone in your life, by all means, please share it with them. I certainly would appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time.